Denver, what are you doing here?
I'm doing my job.
Y'all know the name. dSource.
My job, doing my job.
Everybody, I'm Mika, and I love dSource.
Doing my job, 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 doing
There's this thing I noticed on the 777. You're fighting. I mean 7712. You're fighting this IBF champion Netabula for your child unification bout. But 5 years ago, 777. That was when you you shocked the world and made them look when you knocked out Big Darchinyan. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, actually, I was talking to my wife and my team that I asked them. The first thing I asked them, do you guys believe that history repeats itself? That's the first thing that I told them. They're looking at me, what are you talking about? Remember in 777, I got the IBF belt. And
made Vicky do the chicken dance.
Yeah.
Do the stanky leg.
And now 7712 gives me another opportunity to fight a belt.
So you're gonna update his dance move? What are you making dance?
I don't know. There's probably never gonna be a dance. They're just gonna be a boom, But no. What I came up with was in my very first belt was in 2001. Was at WBO Asia Pacific. That was a WBO. And then followed by if you go back to the main belt, it was the IBF. So we went IBF, WBA, WBC, WBO. Right?
Yep.
Now we're going back to IBF. But my very first belt was a WBO. WBO, followed by the NABF, NABO.
Man, that's a lot of acronyms.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting confused myself looking at it, but again, just
WWE.
Yeah, I know.
WCW. But can you take us back 5 years ago when during that moment I saw you. That was probably your proudest moment. During that time, you were jumping around. You're like telling people, all your doubters, that look at me now.
Look at me now. Look at me now.
Easy. Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Yeah. Fresh to the motherfucker.
Hey, talk to us about those times, those days.
At that time, the only person that really made it was Pacquiao in the Philippines. And even before that, there were just so many doubts about Filipino fighters,
Mm-hmm.
I still have a lot of doubters, and that's fine. But I do
not a lot, a few.
But I do have a lot of fans that overwhelms the doubters, During that time, you can't help but doubt, because that guy was the unbeatable, at that time. She was come here, Yuki. See, this is the she. Really mean. She's a boxer too. Want to box? Use your hand. Use your hand. Use your hand. You want to use your hand? Go use your hand. Come on, use your hand. Why aren't you boxing? Why are you getting all shy now?
I don't do anything for the paparazzi.
Huh? Okay, here, get your dog. Anyways, going back. He was.
When I do it.
You're using his tape. You know that.
Okay, she deserved it.
So what I'm saying is that he was unbeatable at that time, and he was feared by everyone in that division. He was running to everybody, knocking out everyone. With a great record. I think it was 28 and
undefeated.
With a lot of knockouts, 20-something knockouts. So.
And top pound for pound fighter too.
He was tough. He was scared. He scared everybody off. And until they gave me that opportunity. So that was one of my my opening of my career. That's where everybody knew who I was. And now I'm getting this opportunity for another challenge. I mean, fighting a guy who's taller than me. You know, that never happened. I mean, I've always been the taller guy. So it's gonna be a different challenge. But 7-7, it's gonna be an interesting repeat.
Are you predicting similar results, similar sensational results like 5 years ago?
Well, I've always wanted a knockout. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to do that. But the problem was a lot of the guys, the last 2 fights, the guys hasn't been there to engage. So it made the fight really difficult for me to get a sensational fight, you know, or victory. So I think that it's gonna be a good fight because this guy will come in there and fight with me or box with me, but at least he's gonna try to open himself up to take advantage of me, you know. So and I think I want. I don't wish for it, but I want. I want it, and I want to try to make it happen as much as I can to make it exciting and sensational.
Doing my job, doing my job.